Pretty centered.
Don't look bad.
The hats are on. What, you got pants on?
I am wearing pants.
I don't know how you go from one to the other just so hard.
What do you mean?
You just went from wearing booty shorts and fucking hey dudes to fucking...
I had gym shoes on.
Alright. Hey dudes or gym shoes.
Is that a Bible verse next to your notes?
Please do not hesitate to call me for all your help with food donations. On the other side, we have things to talk about, not Bible verses or food donations. Unfortunately, that's just not going to be what's talked about here today. But
If you want to, it's still a nice thing to do.
I agree with it. As it's a joke. He's like, oh, right.
I donate 50% of my money to charity. And unless
Strippers.
if she's not working, I donate it to Candy.
Oh, man. You ever have a dad? This is dad stuff right here. As soon as you become a dad, this is what happens to you. But you don't tell them to your child. You tell them to other dads or other people that aren't dads.
You have something to say?
All right. Let's get into this. We're talking Eli riding Ducati.
Do you think it'll happen?
So, for those who don't know, this is the scenario. Star doesn't want Eli for 3 years. Eli wants 3 years. Ducati has no money. No no title sponsor. And so they don't have an energy drink, basically. If Ducati gets an energy drink, I heard, we're switching from Eli here, but I heard if Ducati gets an energy drink, they get Justin Barcia. That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, if Gas is gone, that opens up a spot for Red Bull on the Red Bull Desmo 450.
Now, that's the question, though. Like, when does Gas completely go? And then the other thing is we're going to jump around here a lot, but then we can go to Malcolm. Malcolm is looking at Triumph, okay? But he's still signed into Husky. Husky doesn't want him to go. Why would you want him to go? You wouldn't. It's really that simple.
Yeah, he had a really good year this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot going on. You just wouldn't want him to go. I mean, who else do they got? They don't have anyone. I mean, they have RJ, but like, who is Gas the only? This is something I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. Is Gas the only team that's getting terminated? I thought Husky and Gas were kind of like.
Well, they're all under KTM.
Of course.
So, I mean, I would have to say Gas is just low man on the totem pole. And that if things don't ramp up top, that maybe Husky leaves in another 2 or 3 years, and you know, you got to make your cuts, and you're not going to cut your top brand.
Yeah, I mean, KTM's not going anywhere. I know everybody likes to talk about that, but KTM's not going anywhere right yet. The one thing that can happen, which is, actually, you said Gas was Red Bull. That's not true anymore. Gas is Rockstar.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. That changed.
Still Red Bull.
So where did Red Bull go? So that's something to think about. Did they just pull out of Moto full? Because that was this year they switched. It's been Rockstar. Because I was like, what the heck? Whenever they changed it, because it looked a lot better at Gas or Red Bull than Husky. No, Red Bull than Rockstar. I mean, Rockstar Husky's cool or whatever. But Red Bull looked a lot better on the gas. At least the graphics. So those are some things to think about. Those are all up in the air. Use your discretion. A lot of the times that when I'm talking to you guys about stuff, I'm going to give you open-ended stuff. I'm going to tell you things that I don't know fully, give you everything I could tell you about it, and then you guys can make your own decisions. I think that's important. I think the people that we're surrounding ourselves with here that watch the videos, I think you guys have enough intelligence to think for yourself and not have someone have to tell you that, hey, Chase is for sure going to Kawasaki. Like, you might be able to figure that out before it's completely done. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that change. But like, yeah, that Chase is going to Kawasaki next year for sure.
So speaking of Chase, why do you think after his most consistent season he's had to date and the closest he's been to the title by winning, do you think that he's going to switch brands again? Do you think it's chasing money or do you think it's chasing a bike he actually likes or a team he likes?
I think he might have made it. This is just my opinion, but I think back in the day, meaning like a year and a half ago, he said the bike sucked and they couldn't figure it out and this, that, and the other thing. And a lot of times people don't really like that when you do that. Like, that probably didn't help anyone, like, especially him. The bike seemed to have come around, but who does Cowie have? Like, Cowie doesn't really. I mean, they have Anderson, but Anderson's done, I think. But I heard Anderson's riding outdoors. So there's just a lot of things going on. I heard Anderson's going to ride outdoors. He was taking the Supercross off. I thought he was going to pull the Cooper Webb and just screw everybody, and he was done with Cowie. But it doesn't look that way now. No one really knows what's going on with him. He's kind of quiet right now. Like, I don't know. They said it was a family emergency, but that wasn't for sure. I don't know. I'm not trying to dig too deep into his life. I mean, I definitely respect his privacy, and he's one of them people that doesn't want you to sit there and go into him. But I don't know. I'm just curious. I mean, I think he's going to ride outdoors, so we'll have to see what happens there. Because who else would they have? Cowie doesn't have anybody.
Another heart.
What is it?
Is everybody on Cowie's hurt?
Yeah. Oh, no, I lied. So they have George Prada. He got hurt at the beginning of the season, right?
He got hurt in Supercross. He's supposed to be back for outdoor, but
So he's the most underrated going into this totally, probably. When was the last time anyone said anything about Jorge Prada?
yeah, just that he was coming back for outdoors and we would see what would happen. You know.
But that's what his specialty is.
Yeah.
So that maybe this is the shocker of the season. We're talking about it right now, but Jorge Prada comes out and kicks ass.
Well, speaking of that, what's your predictions for top 3 250 and 450 for outdoors?
First race or the overall?
Overall.
Overall?
Overall.
Dude, we're talking overall, and we got 10, 11 rounds to go. We didn't even start. If I had to go off of just pure, I'm going off of just guessing from what I know. I would say Jet second, Eli first, and just because we just talked about it, I'm going to say Jorge Prada third.
Really, you're not putting Chase Sexton in your top 3?
There's one thing about whenever you're leaving a team, and he's been pretty good with this, even whenever he has bad, like when he left with Honda, and they wanted Jet to win, and they really paid attention to what Jet was saying, and they weren't paying attention to what he was saying. The kid's unbelievable. He has a point to prove. But there's something about whenever you're leaving your job, you just don't care as much. And honestly, it's either going to be he doesn't care as much and just gets through it, so he has a good year the next year whenever he signs with the new team he actually wants to be with, or he goes out and really does care and hurts himself. For 450. 250, I don't think you beat Hayden Deegan. You just don't. 250 goes to Hayden Deegan. There's so many wild cards for this second. I'm going to say RJ Hampshire, and then I'm going to say...
I put Kitchen in third. I think if he can stay healthy for the year, he's going to have a couple bad rounds, but I think that he is more consistent than the rest of the guys.
You think he's more consistent than Beaumare?
Yeah.
Really?
I
think Beaumare gets it.
I don't necessarily see... You figure Supercross was, 8 rounds. He came out swinging. He fell off real hard.
We don't even know how fast he's going to go after he comes back, though.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, I think the mental warfare with Hayden really got to him. And outdoors is hot growling, and you're still gonna have Hayden Deegan talking shit with a smile on his face,
Yeah, of course.
and hearing, he did the same thing to Levi Kitchen. I just knew he was gonna get tired in the last 5 minutes. I knew he was gonna get tired. I knew he was gonna get tired, and
Yeah.
then you start believing it. You start believing, well, maybe I am just gonna get tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Levi has way more to prove than Juju, and every year he's kind of tossed away his chance for the number one plate, and I think that he's had a since what Daytona off the bike, and he's gonna want to come back and prove a point when he comes back, and not stay in the 250s forever.
Yeah. I have a prediction that I think Chance Hymas gets top three this weekend. This weekend at Paula.
I can see that. He's got a couple good rounds in him.
I think if he's going to do good, he'll do really good at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real test happens when they come out east.
Yeah, it's all going to change whenever they come out here, and that's where Hayden's going to go even faster. Like even Washougal. I mean, everyone remembers his ride at Washougal last year on that vintage 50th anniversary
Yeah.
purple wheeled unbelievable performance that he did. That was disgusting, and that was when he was still pretty new.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah. I mean, you figure out the ruts, and, the kid works hard. He works really hard. He's very conditioned, and to be able to just turn it up in the last 8 to 10 minutes and make up 6 to 12 seconds
Yep.
in 8 minutes is just mind-boggling. The conditioning and the strength that takes. So, I mean, he's proven it how many times with Supercross. Hang out in second or third place, and then the last 5 minutes just pour it on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's going to be an absolute force. I mean, I think anyone that doesn't think he's going to be a force is kind of naive at this point.
You just hate to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to like the kid, but you gotta respect
Yeah.
his talent and the work he puts in.
That's something I wanted to kind of talk about. Is everyone was talking about how he, like, oh man, I just hate that he had everything. I hate everything was given to him. And I was just talking about this with somebody, and they're like, man, it's frustrating to know that he just had everything handed to him. I'm like, but he works really hard. Like that's my direct response. He works really hard. Like there are other people that have had everything given to them and didn't make it, and they're like, well, who? And the first person I could think of that's in the age group right now was the Tate Reed thing. Not coming at Tate Reed, but that kid can have anything that he needed. Like he has a parent that is absolutely just connected. They can get the absolute best stuff for him. He has an advantage, regardless of how you want to look at it. He has an advantage right off the rip, and that's good, and it helps because it does. But you also have to realize that when Deegan had the advantage like that, he was also still winning. But like you have other people that aren't just winning because of it. There's still so much work that gets put into it and so much talent. People run out of that.
You could give somebody $100,000 dirt bike and somebody right beside them on a $5,000 dirt bike. Whoever's been working harder is gonna win. At some point, the money doesn't matter. The bike doesn't matter. You can't buy somebody's skill. You can't buy work ethic. You can't buy the ability to make high risk calculations flying down a track. Like you have to work for those things.
Yeah.
There are certain things that he didn't have to stress. He didn't, his parents didn't have to have 3 mortgages on their house to take them to Loretta's. But at the same time, you don't just automatically win because of that.
Think about not having that stress. How much more reason it would give you that people expect you to win. So now you don't have all these normal people problems, right? You just eliminated all of them. You eliminated all the, hey, just so you know, little Timmy, We just took our third mortgage out on the house. We have to do something down here. This has to happen. Okay, stress is on. Now look at it from a point of view where you have everything. How can you not win? That's the difference. You have one person that needs to win because they have to win, because they have to try to provide for the family. But then you have another person that has everything, and they're like, there's no reason that you don't win. So even when you win, it's really not like winning. Because you should have, like, that's how, like, the perspective.
But
you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Here's the other thing, too, that you can use with the same exact family. If it was just about money and having everything, Hayden's little brother has had every single of the same opportunities that Hayden had.
Yeah.
Same family.
Yeah. And he doesn't...
Same amount of money. It's not like he's trash on a dirt bike, but he's not his brother.
Yeah, he's not Hayden. Which is fine. It's just like the James Stewart... It's just like the James Stewart and Malcolm thing. Did you guys realize that Malcolm's older than you think? Like... Malcolm was around when James was riding. Like, Malcolm rode big bikes with James when he was racing. Like, it's not always, like, I don't know. It's just something to think about. I know you guys love to hate, and I know the other people are like, real recognizes real. It's really that simple. But I just hate hearing that so much. I hate hearing, well, it's because he is given everything. Well, I could guarantee... almost 99% of the time, you could give whoever's kid everything, and it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, you guys listening, if your parents were multi-millionaires and legends and this and that and the other thing, and you could pick between getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go for runs at 15 years old, or sleep until 9 o'clock, then go hang out on your dad's boat on the lake, I know what most of us are going to pick.
I know what I'm picking.
I'm laying on that boat.
I'm getting on that boat. I like boats.
Yeah.
And even, dude, if I was 16 or if I was 18, it'd be worse. Yeah. I was in such a different, like, even now, I mean, I like grinding it out. But, like, if I'm being serious and I'm 16 or 18 years old and I have that kind of influx, especially whenever it turns into this. When it turns into, I don't have to race dirt bikes because I'm making money off of merch and other things and YouTube and all these other things. The kid doesn't need to do it. He does it just so you guys can say you can't, and he can say, I'm him. That's the only reason he does. Like, don't get me wrong, he's making money doing it, but he doesn't per se need it.
Yeah, no, you know? Their YouTube makes more than motocross is paying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would think.
Like, but, you know, I know at 18 what I did in a 1995 Ford Ranger. You put me in an R8, and that donuts in a parking lot ticket he got would be nothing compared
well, that's the reality. It's like being truthful like that. Like, dude, I would have screwed up. Like, I can't stand where they're like, well, he's in a... He needs to be held accountable, and like he needs to be to a higher standard. You're like, dude, think about what your kid's gonna be when, like, especially when parents with younger kids say, "Well, I wouldn't let my kid do that." Well, yeah, you could say that when he's 9. You're right. You wouldn't let him do that. Wait till he's 18 and he has $2 million to just blow. Tell me that you're gonna control him without ruining your relationship with him.
Yeah, no. At 18 with $200, you couldn't find me.
Yeah. Like, it's really that simple. And I love it. But you got to, like, at least put it in perspective a little bit for the people that are just like, I wouldn't let my kid do that.
Speaking of raising hell. Oh. How's High Point going to go this year? You ready for it? Are the people ready for it?
We're selling shirts. Pre-order. We're going to have them up on the site here in a couple days, more than likely. That's the best thing about that. I just can't wait for the people to just be the people. And I just can't wait. Like, that's the best part about all the nationals is you get to see everyone just being them They're not doing it for any reason. I know a lot of people like to say that they act up for the camera. These people are doing it if the cameras are out or not. It's amazing. I love every one of them. And I just can't wait to see some people being themselves and just like wearing the shirts and just everything. And a really cool thing is anyone that's wearing my shirt from the year before or like even the year before that, not the brand new ones, but the older ones, I have something for everyone. Everyone I see wearing it, I'm going to try to find you. If I see you, I'm going to make sure I come up to you. You don't have to come up to me. I'm going to do everything I can. If I have the little bit of time to run over to you and talk to you real quick, I have something for you. If you are wearing it and you want to come over to me, perfect. I will have something for you. So that's exciting. It's my first time I really get to do that. And I've been really thinking about that. I just want people to just be fully included, and I have a good idea of how to do it. So we're going to do that. The biggest thing about the Nationals this year is we're just trying not to lose any more teeth. Like, we have a lot of things planned this year, and I'd really like to keep all the teeth I have. Like, that'd be a really good goal. Like, I'd be so happy at the end of the year if we keep all the teeth. With that in mind, just keep an eye out for us this year because it's going to be wild and we have a ton of things planned. So come see me, come hang out, enjoy, and I don't know, just be you.
I mean, I know teeth are, you want to keep the teeth. How do you feel about fingers?
I'd really
keeping
like.
all the digits?
I got told something a while back. Once you lose one of these, they don't come back, and it's so true. So I'd really like to just have all my digits and teeth. Teeth come back, fake, but better. The fingers don't. I'd rather lose a couple more teeth than fingers. Yeah, so we're going to start getting the Nationals pumped up here. We're going to start getting back into I'm going to start showing some of the old Nationals. And like I said, we have some really good ideas. So keep an eye out for that. If you see me, make sure you come see me. And if you want any of these shirts, they're all going to be up pre-order probably 2 weeks before the event. And that's going to be the way to do it because we're getting a lot of fucking heat over these shirts because we're selling too many. So if you want one, pre-order it. It'll get sent to you before the race and you can wear it there. And I would appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for that. Like, that is, you wouldn't believe it. That part of it is just unbelievable, seeing the amount of people that actually give a fuck. All right, what else we got here? That was literally it. You nailed it. How'd you remember all those in order?
I tell you all the time. You always doubt me.
One of the things we're going to do at High Point is beep. You guys can't know. I don't want anyone copying us.
Yeah, this year at High Point, we're going to see how many times I can
Oh, actually, yeah, we could say that part.
not pull through.
Yeah, that's perfect. How many times we can not pull. But there's more to it than that, and we have it here. But thank you guys for watching, and yeah. If you guys want to talk about anything else before the season starts or anytime, just write it in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and oh yeah, the website's Shop Slowy. Head on over there. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See you. Why you got two half waters? Oh.
Man, I don't know.
Man, I don't know.